Two-time world champ, getting his 16th win on the Gold Coast. Filipe Toledo is the headliner as he takes on C.O'Leary and Imai. They're counting him into the start, and we are officially on. A couple of warm-up waves he had out here.
Yeah,
a big main break. Oh my gosh. He was definitely swinging for the fences as we have our opening ride of the event. Imaikalani I.deVault with a little redirect and then punches out that section beautifully. Almost thought he could pack at the closeout, but wisely just straightens out, stays on his feet. Always his power and abrupt changes on demand are always what pops out to me. He could be very spontaneous in the moment.
Heats here, and this wave, I really didn't dislike it here from Imai. Just beautiful carve there, tried to hold it, but just got a bit funky at the end. That turn though, gorgeous surfing, and again, pulled square on that last section, but this turn was just divine.
Just great setup, ends up pulling it back and set up the bonus finish, Rick.
Yeah, this second turn really is the money turn for this wave. Just really leads into it, gets that tail release nice and low off the top. I've got to highlight too that with this strong offshore wind.
Best goofy footer this year. Taking a look at the first of Phil as well. Oh, just buries the rail, so a little bit of wind. I feel like just putting too much of the nose in the water, and so he's just going to come around here, and you can tell just that top part of the board just set him off, and he's just gone straight down. But
as we see what happens here on this one, late takeoff, O'Leary controls it. Big section coming from behind, and he tees off. Catches the rail perfectly out of that first turn, but just ran out of room to combo it up. But that's that real clean connection that he can deliver at main break. We've got Imai now up and out, but he makes it look so smooth. And it seems like he can really make it more vertical to really make that section even look even better, Jesse.
Oh, even just this one turn just makes me so happy. I mean, Connor, like we mentioned,
puts him into second. And now Filipe tries to really connect this time. Wave number 2 for the two-time world champ. Throws down a nice cutback to start. Nice clean rails on the second move. Bottom drops out, and Rick, he gets a completion. Amazing clean transitions on these two turns, Jesse.
Yeah, this takes me back to 2021 Filipe when he won this event, and he just looked so in tune. He makes surfing feel like a video game and look like a video game.
Imai laying it down, tracking on that CI, and then belting the oncoming section. Nice read for the Hawaiian, and now looking to just tap it shut. The end section is always dramatic here at main break on the rights, where you know you're running out of water. You want to time it well. You don't want to kick out early. If you're free surfing, you're kicking out all day, right?
Say the least, knowing that you have to execute that final maneuver, knowing that you're going to run out of water. But let's have a look at what happens here. This is a better wave for Imai. A bit of a two-stage carve, connects with the lip, gets more vertical. And this is the first wave where we've seen a three-turn combination here. So just gets that little final finishing floater. And really putting a good wave together here as we look at the slow-mo, just sitting on that toe side rail. A beautiful carve here, extends through it, compresses, really flowing with the wave face there. There's some bumps on the wave, and these guys are just negotiating these tricky conditions really, really well at the moment. Up and through the lip on that one again. Difficult landing. And then he just gets to this final moment here. And this end section really drops out. So Imai just hits the lip, glides out, projects off it, and gets that nice finish.
Affects your paddle in. Priority still with Connor. And he'll take this wave. Second wave for the new dad. Nice clean backhand jam and belts it. That's the combination that we're hoping for from C.O'Leary. Timing, brilliant. Two different types of turns. Such a great read. He'll be moving up into the top 2.
And this was just remarkable surfing here on the backhand from C.O'Leary. This second turn in particular, squares up, gets to 12 o'clock, perfectly vertical with the board, and just hammer time on the backhand. Some of the best form you'll see. What do you think, Jess?
I say it once, I'll say it again. C.O'Leary is just so good, especially at big, powerful waves like this. He's one of the biggest guys on tour. So when you match power with power, you're going to get this perfect combination to produce beautiful surfing, which is what we saw on Conor O'Leary's last wave. That second turn, so critical, so excellent. So I feel like Conor, he's just warming up. He's definitely one of those momentum surfers. So that's going to be a big confidence boost for Conor.
That is absolutely deadly.
He just is so good at surfing, and he's so fun to watch.
As we look now at Filipe Toledo, moving into a nice paced ramp. Nice, beautiful arc, staying on that high part of the wave, and then trying to get into a wild finishing move. He gets there and deserves to put both arms to the sky. That was extra radical. You saw that rock showing. That was very close to disaster and total commitment in his first heat of the morning.
Beautiful wave here. He opens up with a couple of crisp open face carves, stays nice and tight, and then extends on the second one. Now lines up this final section here and just levitates over that big foamy section, as it was basically, we use the word convergence so often to describe this end section, but it's so fitting with this one, and Filipe really did have to hover over that foam to get out onto the clean face again.
8-point ride. Excellence in the first heat of the morning. We're off to a great start. Imaikalani I.deVault has some chatter on the open face, drops the back shoulder, trying to regain control. Little setup work off the top, and controls a drift over the roof. Everything going for him. As we see Imai's wave first, Jessie.
Yeah, this was just beautiful. I feel like Imai really trying to channel John Florence on that carve there, especially what he did here at Margs. He just does a bit of a check turn back, but this turn knows he has to push, fins out the back, hard section to come down out of, but like you mentioned earlier, Rich, he's...
Difficult maneuver to stomp there, and there's that crispy surfing from Conor O'Leary, winding up again, blasting it. Nice steady off the bottom. Real big maneuver off the top again. He's got a real cool balance right now of a lot of different types of surfing personalities. I'm seeing his control in lines. There's a look from Conor O'Leary. How about that big turn, Ricky?
Oh, I love it. So committed on the first turn. The second one, timing was just pinpoint accuracy. This third one, he just waits off the bottom and just stays there until that, right until that perfect moment to hit that final section. 3-turn combo. He already dropped the 7.
And we absolutely love learning all that information when we get here. We've got Filipe Toledo on the replay, trying to find a 7.51 to take the lead, Richie.
Oh, a couple of big open face swoops to start off. Another aggressive carve as he comes through to the inside section and gets the finish.
Have a lot more wall on them, because as we've seen in Filipe's and Conor's wave, there's a lot of reward when you hit that end section with a lot of consequence. So Snake, I caught up with him after those Filipe and Conor scores dropped, and he said, see?
You see this coastline, especially when it's pumping like this. Watching this now. Imai trying to come out of third here. Big snap dog tail blow. Getting really loose in the pocket there. Knifes the next cutty. Flowing over the top of that section. And winds up for a tidy finishing move. And just the tough part for Imai, he's just involved in a super heat right now with 2 surfers throwing in 15+ totals all the way through this event. Back to Imai's wave, Rick.
Yeah, as you said, Joe, he puts a bit of risk into the first maneuver, kicks the tail out, adds some flair, and then this second carve, nice and spicy, keeps it tight. Little foam climb here, and then gets to this final finishing turn and just pounds at it.
Like we mentioned at the start, he's looking loose, he's looking more confident. It's just, unfortunately, he's hit a crossroad with a very informed Conor and Filipe.
Now Conor O'Leary trying to hang on to his lead, using prio on this one. Oh, and he just looks tack sharp, just gripping the wall. Oh. And then a big sweep off the lip. He's putting together a backhand masterclass in his first heat here in the opening round of competition, pushing Toledo for the victory as early as round 1.
Again, throws a little backhand flare, and this one again of Conor, just such crisp backhand surfing, extends out of that first turn, sits on the bottom turn, goes past vertical on that second maneuver, and then a cute little hit on the inside to get to the finish.
because I was like, oh, maybe they're cooking because
It's a huge scoreline. 15.80 to kick things off, and a little mini victory within the victory.